Hello boys and girls, my name is KyoyoShiRTO7. Welcome back to my 100% blind playthrough of Pokémon Legends Z-A for the Nintendo Switch 2, where we seem to another issue where we had to do more crazy grinding and other stuff to still beat all of the storyline stuff. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that because in the last video we were actually doing things very interesting, and by interesting I meant actually beating bosses. In the last video we were able to clear part of the main storyline again. This time we managed to get all the way to and finish Groudon off. We got Primal Groudon captured. Now we have Primal, whatever his name is, as well. Anyways, we leveled him up quickly to 100 because he's one of my favorite Pokemon. I might try and use him. He's even more giant than the others too, so Heat Crash might actually just be straight up broken. And then there's also other things we can get. I'm gonna try this. Stone Edge would probably be better in the long run. Our special moves should be fine. Now, we're not going to use them right now, but... because of other stuff, but... Very soon we'll have to take on our next old dude again. I just realized because it's ice, we could try Dragon type, we could try many other types actually. For now I'll start with what I did before, which is... Oh, I was about to say, is Venusaur out there? Okay, he is. That was just being silly. I think you're gonna be better in the long run. What do you mean I triggered the bell? Out of nowhere. Get out of here, Venipede. No one likes you. Just want to be able to save my game, please, man. Where did he come from, I wonder? Alright, we need an alpha old-fashioned donut. This one's still pretty risky. Technically, I think Kyogre's gonna go for Primal Reversion, not Mega Evolution, but still. Go ahead and feed Hoopa that alpha old-fashioned donut, Yoshi. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna actually fight this alpha old-fashioned donut person, but we're also gonna do something really crazy. So we didn't just bring Groudon to glitch him in or do other stuff. Because Primal Groudon has a effect where he can't even be hit by water-type moves. So we're going to use him against Kyogre, which means the two are going to face off once again, which is going to be kind of hilarious to watch. But also, he's really tanky, so I think he'll last longer. So I think that's my reason for using him. Now this is where Kyogre dwells, huh? Come on here, too. Check this out. Huge blow crystals, waterfalls from nowhere. Is this what Kyogre's subconscious looks like? Who say Kyogre is the personification of the sea? The strength of its water type pack, it's supposed to be incredible. We could still take it on between the three of us and our Pokemon. Let's go, everyone. Time to catch Kyogre. Alright then. We're gonna battle Kyogre. Guess it's time for another big drop. Didn't say anything about giving a type. So we're just gonna go in here. Alright, well, we're doing this. Another big battle here. We just got done doing one of these, and now we're about to do another. Right now, our focus is trying to complete the storyline first. And then we'll focus on the side missions after it's done. Whoa, is that Kyogre? Can't pull any punches. Gloves up, team. Alright. Alright. We get to hear this cool theme again. Okay, let's try the thing that I was trying to do before. Let's actually do Primal Reversion. Oh, it just does it automatically, huh? Oh, I don't even have to use Mega. Oh, well, it didn't really work anyway. So I guess when it's Primal, it doesn't really do much. That was funny, just to test it, though. At least we get to have it undergo Primal Reversion. I thought it was immune to water types, but I guess not Kyogre specifically. Guess Kyogre could somehow go through that. It's fine, I didn't really want to use anyone else rather than Venusaur, clearly. Okay, we need to keep going, and now that we know more about that problem, we gotta start healing. That means Groudon is actually straight up useless. Doing the water type would have been much better. Because using Kyogre, then we could safely use them against Groudon and make it way easier. To be fair, when they face off, Kyogre's technically the stronger of the two because he has the type advantage typically. Maybe that melee was just exclusive to that battle. Maybe that's why it didn't work. And I tried to use it earlier. Gonna keep attacking me, I see. Okay, the only annoying thing I have to worry about is constantly curing Paralyze because it keeps appearing and getting annoying every time. Okay. Now what? Does it gain at least to something else now? Okay, this time we can actually super affect it. So it's basically the same battle then. Now this would have been exciting to see Primal Groudon versus Primal Kyogre. Would have been interesting to see. Remember, these are from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, by the way, originally. They weren't in the base Ruby games. They only appeared more recently. Since we're constantly using that, so... So now it's gonna start using Super Moves on us, huh? We can just run that out. Oh wow. Dude, how many times is it gonna do this thing? Okay, that's kind of annoying, if not pretty much impossible to dodge normally, probably. Okay, hang on. We need to actually pay attention. Is this going ham on us? So far, these are harder than any of the other battles that we've had to do so far. Between the random AoE and us constantly getting attacked ourselves, it's actually kind of tough. Yeah, if you didn't have the buffs for this, you probably would be already dead in like 1 or 2 hits. These battles do scale, you know. So we're just doing the Venusaur thing. Okay. I saw that as soon as that came up, I knew I was gonna get paralyzed instantly. It's not this game without it paralyzing me a few dozen times in a row, it seems like. Let's throw heavy enemies at this time. And maybe this time we could just go fast. Yeah, we could take a little bit of that attack if we heal up, just like we did before. Depends on where Venusaur is positioned when the attack goes off. Yeah, we could just interrupt him out of the attack and defeat him. We should have gone for Kyogre first, in fact. He seemed a lot easier, and then we could have used him on Groudon, perhaps, to make it a little bit easier. Just catch him in a Great Ball. Since this is automatic, you can catch them in just about anything, which means you could do something that you almost never would be able to do. Catch them in a Pokeball. Normally, that is almost impossible to do in the actual games where you fight them. Alright. Now Kyogre gets its own stone. Or rather, Blue Orb. Okay. Ready to go, Koyoshi. You, me, and Korina, we're unstoppable. Yeah, we're the greatest. Can't believe we caught Kyogre. Lumina's toughest trio comes through once again. Excellent work, kids. I think Kyogre is no joke, especially after it got even more powerful, but as I hate to interrupt your moment, I need you all to stop by my office. I'll be waiting. Alright. That's right, the only reason we're doing this is to get the main storyline stuff done. You caught Groudon and Kyogre, 2 legends of the Hoenn region. I know it could have been easy, well done. Okay. Looks like it's finally time for us to track down Rayquaza. We'll be finishing analyzing the blue and red orbs soon. Seems like data analysis is the rest of the kid's main job now. What kind of organization are we these days? A civic think tank? Well, you're Luminose's reliable allies, that's for sure. Don't forget who you deal with, kid. These folks are in our debt. We can put them to work for free, helping us shape Luminose just the way we want it, that's all. Sorry for the wait. Allow me to return your blue and red orb. You were quite right about the prodigious energy they contain, Miss Korina. Interesting. Hey, someone else wanted to weigh in too. What do you have to say, Professor Mabel? I'm the lab's acting director, not a professor. I did not ask for students. I understand, Professor. Could you tell us what you've learned? Fine, let me sum up what I know. Alright, inciting incident is when Darkrai got pumped full of all that mega power oozing from the tower. Long story short, its nightmare generation powers skyrocketed and hyperspace Luminose was born. The makeup of hyperspace Luminose reflects the subconscious thoughts of those people and Pokemon, which is, I guess, why it was so weird in there. But you already figured out so much on your own, haven't you? Let me clarify one thing, though. It's not just a reflection of subconscious thoughts, it's dreams. I mean dreams of all kinds, both the ones you can't control at night and the things you're actively wanting and wishing for. Great lesson, Professor Bravo. Now, can you tell us just how we find Rayquaza? You have to generate Rayquaza's realm of hyperspace luminous by actualizing a related aspect of the subconscious as a basis. Actualizing what? Could you slow that down and try again for the less egg-headed among us? You have to wish really hard. I think it might be doable now that you've got both Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre. Getting close to your goal is probably making it easier to picture capturing Rayquaza, and that's what's made you even more motivated. I am right, am I? So take up that mental energy and motivation and dial it up and make them happen. I get it. I think. Not sure if that helped to make things even more confusing. Look, Buster, my job is studying Pokemon energy. I'm not actually a hyperspace expert just because I have a fancy lab at my disposal. This is a big dreamer trying to get a meet and greet with Rayquaza in the first place anyways. Well, Ansha, yeah. It's the little chef herself. I suggest you listen to the professor's non-expert opinion, Koyoshi. You gotta get Ansha to wish as hard as she can for you to encounter Rayquaza. I'll get on it. Alright then. That little lady sure is something. She wanted to meet this mighty Pokemon so bad that her dream got mixed up with Darkrai's power to make nightmares, and look where we are now. It's one heck of a powerful dream, but back to the topic at hand. Thanks, Professor. I'll call again if we need you. Next time you call me, I'll be your last. I'll get Ansha caught up on all this. Alright. Now do your thing, Yoshi. Oh boy, we have to do this again. Hurry up. She wants us to hurry up. We'll do exactly that. I'm just about done with this storyline. This is been the most interesting part of the game so far, but also so tedious. Like, all that stuff that we did, though, that was much funner than actually, like, trying to grind out the Pokédex, because it gets really tedious towards the end. I wouldn't mind redoing this playthrough of just doing the main storyline and hyperspace storylines each. Hey, welcome back. But where's Ansha? Both Ansha and Karina are in Karina's room. As soon as Karina got back, she told Ansha what the three of you learned from the Land Syndicate. Then Ansha asked to hear about all of your battles with Groudon and Kyogre. Karina said she'd tell the whole story in mega detail or something. It was rather hard to follow it all. Care to fill in directly what you were told by Corvo? Alright. Well, there's this, and there's that. Yeah. So the reason Ansha wanted to hear your battles with Kyogre Groudon was so that she could imagine you catching Rayquaza next. That seems likely. She's probably hoping to reinforce that dream of hers in finer detail. I guess a little visualization could go a long way. Is any of that really necessary, though? What do you mean? I mean, Ansha's wish was already pretty strong. That's how she found Rayquaza in the first place, I suppose, but there's no harm in letting her continue what she started, is there? Hey, the game's all here. I'm nearly impressed not just by the sheer wonder of hyperspace luminous, but by all of you. And a legendary Pokemon you battle, too. So, you heard the whole story for Karina? Indeed. Miss Karina told me all about your hyperspace exploits, Koyoshi. I can picture the noble Kyogre and the Grand Groudon in perfect detail, so I'm quite confident you'll be able to... I'll be able to imagine the pilot of hyperspace luminous where we'll find the fine Rayquaza at last. Okay, now I got a good mental edge. Let's put some real oomph behind it. Ansha, how about you remind us why you want to meet Rayquaza so much? Alright, I'll tell you everything from the start. Is he good enough? Huh? Why wouldn't it be? I gotcha. Rayquaza is the sky-high Pokemon, so we should do this higher up, closer to the sky. Sounds good. Let's go roof it up. We're just gonna do this thing. Hey, this roof is where you first showed up too, right, Ansha? Indeed, Hoopa transported me here. Hoopa sure picked the right roof. No one else but Team MZ could have handled this hyperspace stuff so well. Okay, Anja, tell us again. Why do you want to meet Rayquaza? Give us the details so we can picture it crystal clear. Alright, well, it begins with a story I love very dearly. Listen close, and I'll tell it to you. Okay. A long time ago, in what people call the Primal Age, the world was overflowing with natural energy. In that times, there was Primal Kyogre, boasted by the power in the blue orb. So too there was their Primal Groudon, with the might of the red orb at its beck and call. They fought over the world's natural energy in endless furious crashes. And on board, the earth began to swell and the waters were evaporated into dust. The Primal Kyogre bellowed, torrential waters flowed, and massive downpours eroded the earth. 20 days, these two mighty Pokemon battled from sunup to sundown. The ferocity of their clashing scarred and warped the world itself. People at that age, the Draconids, were at a loss. What did they do? They wished with all their might for Rayquaza to descend and save them from destruction. The Draconids' wishes must have reached Rayquaza. There appeared before Primal Kyogre and Primal dawn a dazzling light, and it was Rayquaza in a sublime and incredible form. A blazing light and whipping winds sapped the power from Groudon and Kyogre alike. Robbed of their primal forms, they fled to the faraway depths of the land and sea. The Draconids scheme to reveal Rayquaza as a true savior, and there our story ends. Okay. That basically sums up the story of old Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, pretty much. I still can't believe we're actually meeting Hoenn's legendary Pokemon in Luminose of all places. Incredible, isn't it? The part about Rayquaza's sublime form sounds an awful lot like Mega Evolution. It has a supposedly got something in its body called a Megado organ that has the same power as a Mega Stone. That means Rayquaza can Mega Evolve into Mega Rayquaza all on its own. It could undergo evolution without me and Mega Stone. Wow. Yeah, Rayquaza's Mega Evolution is crazy strong. I totally get why you want to meet it so badly, Ansha. And dear Mama read me that story quite often. I came to love the story and admire Rayquaza so much that I would dream about it. Isn't it, Noah? Rayquaza, savior of the Draconides. See why you want to get it from Dianfa. A mighty Pokemon for a mighty mom, huh? Your love for Rayquaza sounds like the real deal, Ansha. I'm sure your stream will be strong enough to create the hyperspace distortion we need. Alright. What? Did it just appear automatically? I guess that actually worked. We didn't do anything. It just appeared. Now it's over here. We managed to gather some data on the latest distortion. The signals we detected coming from this distortion are on wavelengths very similar to those emitted by Blue and Red Orb. We believe this distortion leads to the location, the Space Luminose, where you'll find Rayquaza. Fast I'll be able to see that fine Rayquaza again. Guess we're about to witness a dream coming true. Sure are. One more thing. Much like Kyogre and Groudon, this special distortion requires a special Owna to match. He's cool, Yoshi. I have lots of data, so Mr. Felipe and his team can develop the perfect recipe for us. When you do, I'll make the biggest deal out of it all. I know I won't fail because I got all of you on my side. Oh boys, there's another hyperspace survey on top of another hyperspace survey. Oh great, this just got worse, sir. I want to at least do something decent, so let's start getting a couple of events here. I want to try and make wire ones with fresh if possible. We're gonna use this in a 4-star area to try and get some more wild stuff. Okay, item power is not bad. Yep, guess what? We get to go back and do the survey crap all over again. Oh boy, we just got done with this, and now we're about to do more of it? Oh, this is insane. The game just got even more tedious. I think I know only one way to do this fast, but still be efficient. We're gonna have to take our strongest students and just start exclusively doing the specifically these 4-star ones on the map, and then just hope that we'll find Pokemon as we go, because we're starting to run out of options. To a point where we may want to straight up just start only doing the 4-star ones. That being said, I'm still kind of intent on trying to at least get something done, but still, it's kind of a shocker. Did I already heal? Okay, I decided I don't like Primal Kyogre Groudon anymore. As cool as those legendary Pokemon are, I only tested it out just briefly to see how cool it'd be to have them fight. Seems like that water effect doesn't work with him being immune to fire types when it's Primal Kyogre. I think Primal Kyogre just ignores that, or maybe it just straight up only happens in that one battle for some reason. I'm not sure why it's suddenly immune to water types. It just happens. Alright, anyway, I wasn't joking when I said we're getting to a point where we might have to just start doing the 4-star, as well as, of course, the 5-star Mega Zones as well. Because, again, that's the fastest way to get stuff done. Ooh, the Scott Belly actually has a different version here we could try going to. I honestly forgot we could still find those. But yeah, mainly while after getting certain Pokemon. Oh, I forgot. We need to get Torchic now. I forgot we grinded up Torchic too. This is more something I want to do now just to get the segment done. I'll just briefly get it in. Okay, it won't be maxed out by doing this. I think if I do 2 of these, we should be able to level it up right away to its evolution. I forget if it's 36 or not. Alright. Trying to be as precise as I can. Alright, we're gonna evolve this to check if we've already got seen the Pokemon that we need to see. But beyond that, we might just start focusing on the 4-star wild zones. And that's about it. Alright, well, yeah, cool. We can now get it up to Blaziken straight away. I knew we were missing someone. Okay. I believe that also can have a Mega Evolution, but only if you've done the initial version for an version. Or, well, jeez. What I'm trying to say is it only works if we have already did multiplayer on one of the seasons online. Yeah, you got a Mega Stone of Blaziken, but only if you've done multiplayer in some of the seasons. Already missed 2 of the seasons, so I can't get those even if I had tried. That's why I figured Let's see how much I can do without doing online stuff. Also, I got this thing for a reason, right? Okay, this one looks confusing. Honestly, the trickiest part about these big Mega Vows is you don't know who you're gonna fight until it's too late, more often than not. You kind of just have to guess and just go in, hoping that you can win by just the raw power alone. If it ends up going badly, just bring in a different Pokemon. Beyond that, I think I'm going to actually do things a little bit differently with this Hyperspace Survey. Because I know I've been getting annoyed, but the fact of even having to do these Hyperspace Surveys have been very, very tedious so far. To the point where I've literally gotten to the point where, okay. I'm not facing Kemperup without a Water type, I'll say that much. And yeah, these Pokemon are so tricky to the point where if you don't know what you're facing, it's best to just go in, see what it is. Oh, you don't have the right type? Oh, guess you're gonna leave and re-enter, and then bring the right type, and then just do it again, except this time you'll win because you have the right type this time. Temple Up is mostly straightforward. Beyond that, it was just annoying that we didn't have the right move for it. As tempted as it was to keep using Ice Veil Gyarados, I feel like now I have an Ice Pokemon, it's so much easier to just do that. Alright, I shouldn't have to reload a second time. Unless I straight up just play badly. Of course, this boss is one of the few that goes towards our location, so relation with its Earth power, so we need to be careful whenever he uses that. This is definitely one of my least favorite ones to fight. It can be really dangerous, despite you having its weakness. The danger isn't about the Pokemon necessarily dying, though. It's about you fainting instead. Okay, now we can go. Pretty much have to keep running around. Oh, come on, dude. Takes a while, too, to even make your Pokemon do a move. Okay. Now we can Mega Evolve. Let's get it done. Because I want to get out of this battle when I can. Just saying, these two seems to be fine. Oh, we finally stunned him. Now we can grab this to stop the clock for a bit. Okay, get him to phase 2, please. Oh, not quite. We're gonna keep attacking him then. Okay, good. Now we've activated his phase 2. I should do a super move pretty shortly afterwards. Okay, so for this part of the battle, you kind of want to stop attacking him and start destroying these rocks so they don't limit your movement. Because once they get destroyed, it like gets really annoying. Like, they just all blow up, and we need to make sure that we keep attacking them when they appear for that reason. That was a good dodge. Okay, well, this is pretty easy now that I know what to do. By the way, I kind of joked around. I guess he's not as bad as I thought. You just need to make sure that you're actually, like, going out of your way a bit to destroy these things first. Then you can bait him to the point where when he does his super move, he won't take you out immediately. So you don't have to actually go and destroy all of these, you just have to destroy some. And good, we got him before he can even explode. Perfect. Well, that was the easier one. It helps when you actually have the type that you need for it. Maybe Silver was way harder than all of those refights combined, I'll say. Anyways, these are some of the fastest if you know what to do. They aren't not really as long as the other ones, and these are the only ways you can get the really high 5-star berries. And then as for the other ones, we need to do every 4-star one that we find now from now on, just to try and get as many berries as we can. I know there's different versions though. We could try battle zones, we can try wild zones, there's so many different options, but I don't know why I want to do wild zones more. They seem easier to do. The zones sometimes seem like it could be really hard to find the thing at the end, so I'm gonna stick with my old favorite. I knew it! Just Blaziken was needed for that part, and the moment we evolved it, bam, it instantly disappeared. Okay. Alright, well, in reality, we're still going to do this setup, but I think this is going to be probably the last you see it for a while, because I've been meaning to do this sooner, but I didn't expect there to also be a random thing out of nowhere where... Oh, guess what? Apparently the game thinks I'm cheating. So yeah, believe it or not, this is gonna be one of the last videos you see me doing hyperspace distortions for a while, because it's about time we just grind that ramp out of that, unique tournament thing and get that done, because something I forgot to mention is the fact that I have to still do that, yeah. So I guess I should have mentioned, yeah, we're gonna have to do Janique's tournament again. That's basically the hidden side quest we've been talking about this whole time. But it requires us to do a whopping 20 reward matches, which just gets so freaking boring after a while. Because we already know we could win most of those. It just gets so having to go for the same stuff again. Of course, I was initially gonna say I was gonna try and finish the main storyline, but I don't know if I'm gonna even get to that in time, so you know what? Yeah, we have a week, don't I? Huh. Let's use that. It'll probably be easier here, since we don't really need to do much in here. We'll go in here instead. Maybe this is better for hyperspace berries. Heck, we could even just use our lower hyperspace berries to make one of these. But we also decided to just make this. Okay, I get it. I'll use Raichu instead. I just realized these aren't worth as many points, but I came in for the extra night stuff anyway. Is that the new type? I don't know yet. Okay, it could just do that. Oh, great, I'm stuck here. Oh, time to run away from some attacks here. Raichu's meanwhile, Raichu's trying to act fancy and be underneath the map for no reason or another. Okay, I just want to go up here first. Then we can be fine. I just realized using the weak dots at first is okay for these kind of zones. You just need to be extra quick to get it done. Like, you can't waste any time going after random Pokemon unless you need them for stuff. I'm gonna even pull back our Pokemon a bit. Okay. Oh, this is a different one. Oh boy, here we go. Okay. Get away from these annoying Squawkabillies. Try to find a third ball. This kind of happened the last time, though, I first did this, where I simply didn't have time to find the last Pokeball. Okay, well, we got this effect done, but we didn't even come close to completing it. But I kind of wanted it to be like that. To be fair, I have to use these weaker donuts at some point. Really, I was just after the specific Pokemon type, because it was grayed out. Which means there was a new Squawkabilly car I had not gotten yet. Alright, by the way, I kind of joked around. I did say I would promise to do the DLC or something, but I don't know why. I kind of wanted to clear this before doing something else, because something interesting is kind of you probably don't want to know about, but forgot I said anything. I think I'm just going to focus on Hyperspace Survey now that we know it's going to still take a long time, but the way we're going to do it now is we're just going to do new ones and the 4-star Wild Zone specifically now. That's how we're going to deal with it this time. Hopefully that will get it done fast. Until then, yay! We're back in Hyperspace Simulator again. It looks like we never get to leave it. It's kind of annoying, actually. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.